Welcome to Bear Paranormal.
The Indigo Investigators, Healing Jara Country. Chapter 1. The Weight of the Campaspe. The twilight over the Campaspe River was not the soft purple of a typical Victorian evening. It was heavy, a thick grey mist that clung to the fur of the four travellers. Baru, a massive black bear, stood at the water's edge. His amber eyes didn't just reflect the fading light, they pulsed with a deep, rhythmic glow, the mark of an indigo child. Beside him, Coda, a wiry brown bear, shivered. "It's too quiet, Baru," he whispered, his ears twitching at every phantom sound. "Even the crickets won't sing here." "The land is holding its breath, Coda," Baru rumbled, his voice like grinding stone. "We stand on the Campaspe Plains. In 1839, over 40 Jaja Wurrung and Tongarong people were hunted across these golden fields. Their lives were taken, but their stories were never finished." Bira and Lowana, the two koala guardians, stepped forward. They carried the smoking kulamon, the fragrant scent of burning gum leaves swirling around them like a protective veil. "They never had their names cleared," Bira murmured. "No smoke to hide their scent from the bad spirits," Lowana added, her eyes fixed on the dark tree line. Baru nodded solemnly. "In Jaja Wurrung law, a spirit must be sung back to the earth. When they were killed, their songlines were snapped. They never had the sorry business that allows a spirit to let go. They are still here, trapped in the loop of that final, fearful moment." Chapter 2. The Shadows of Glengower. They moved deeper into the bush, reaching Middle Creek near Glengower. Here, the atmosphere shifted. The art of the world seemed to sharpen into jagged, angry lines. The water in the creek didn't flow. It sat stagnant, reflecting deep crimson highlights from an invisible sun. "The water, it looks like ink," Coda said, recoiling from the bank. "This is the blood hole," Baru explained, kneeling to touch the soil. 1840. The people hid in these water holes, using hollow reeds to breathe beneath the surface. But they were found. There was no traditional burial here, no tree platforms to begin the sky journey. He looked into the dark depths. The mob believes that if a body isn't treated with the correct law, the spirit becomes a mokoi, a restless shadow. They are tethered to this water by the weight of the sin committed here, waiting for a transition they cannot start alone. Chapter 3. The Ritual of Two Worlds. Baru stepped into the center of the clearing. In his left paw, he held a handful of red Jara earth. In his right, a simple wooden cross. He stood as a bridge between two worlds. "Spirits of the Jaja Wurrung," Baru's voice boomed, echoing off the ancient gums. "We acknowledge the songlines that were broken. We acknowledge the blood in the water." As he spoke, the amber glow from his eyes exploded outward, illuminating the hidden corners of the forest. From the trees, grey, shadowy figures began to materialize. Warriors, mothers, and children, flickering like old film, stood silently, their faces etched with a century of exhaustion. "We call upon the Prince of Peace," Baru shouted toward the heavens, "the one who bore the cross for every sin of the land." Suddenly, the oppressive darkness broke. A radiant, soft white light descended from the canopy. A figure in glowing robes appeared, a presence so warm it turned the ink-black water of the blood hole crystal clear. He didn't speak, but his presence shouted a single word: "Rest." "He comes to take the trauma," Baru proclaimed. "The old law and the new grace meet tonight." Chapter 4. The Rainbow Ascension. The sky above Bendigo began to churn. A massive spiral of clouds formed, and from the center emerged Mindy, the colossal rainbow serpent. Her scales shimmered with the iridescent patterns of a diamond python, lighting up the night in a kaleidoscope of color. "The serpent is here," Coda cried, shielding his eyes. "Mindy is opening the sky. The creator spirit is calling them home," Baru whispered. The radiant figure of Jesus stepped toward the spirits. One by one, the shadows touched the light and were transformed into pure, shimmering gold. Led by the Prince of Peace and guarded by the circling Mindy, the long line of souls began to walk upward on a path of pure light. They ascended into the clouds, passing through a shimmering gateway toward the new earth. Bira and Loana watched as the last of the golden light vanished. "No more pain," Bira whispered. "The songlines are mended," Loana sighed. As the first rays of the true sun began to peek over the Bendigo bushland, the heavy mist finally evaporated. The land felt light, as if it had finally exhaled after 200 years. "The land is resting," Baru said, watching the horizon. "The new earth is closer tonight." The four investigators turned and walked into the morning light, leaving a healed country behind them.